No wonder we feel like siblings.
You see, we are the same person.
If I see a little sign in New York that says spam Musubi, I'm running in there.
I can feel drunk without having to get drunk.
Vegans, turn off the podcast now because protein is the most important part of my day.
What are we even doing?
What are we even doing?
Welcome to What Are We Even Doing? Excellent question. Where we sit with artists, musicians, creatives, people that are shaking things up, and we ask them about their creative process, what they're into, how they use social media, etc. And today we have with us a very special guest. We have with us an actress, a comedian, a correspondent for The Daily Show. That's pretty cool. Social media icon, Grace Kuhlenschmidt.
Very good.
How am I doing with the Grace Kuhlenschmidt?
Yeah. See, that was perfect. Just a little more of the German accent. Just bring it out, especially for the Grace part.
Yes, Grace. We'll make you very comfortable here. And sometimes I go into Arnold and I can't help it.
See, now I feel comfortable.
Are you? Me too. Me too. It's so lovely to have you here. You cracked me up.
Thank you. And ditto, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I feel like we have some common themes within our sense of humor. if I may.
Definitely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And you're maybe my biggest competition on social media.
That is the way it should be. Well, let me ask you a question. First, let me start off with, okay, so was there a trigger? Was there a moment? Was there something that happened? You were like, you sort of saw the magic. I said, this is what I want to do. Was there a moment or was it more kind of a gradual
Like it was semi-gradual,
Okay.
but in college, I went to Skidmore College, which is in upstate New York.
Yeah.
And there's a incredible comedy program there. It's all like extracurricular.
Yeah.
When I got there, one of my friends was like, "You should just audition for one of the improv groups." So I did.
Right.
And then
because they knew you and they said, oh, you're funny. And
my friend was like, "You're funny enough.
Yeah.
You can do it." I mean, most people can do improv. So
that's true. I mean, maybe.
So I auditioned.
Right.
Actually, did not get in the first time I auditioned. Came back after the summer.
Oh my God, I'm surprised.
To my sophomore year.
Okay.
Auditioned again and got in.
And got accepted, yeah.
And by the end of sophomore year, I kind of was like, I would be the worst psychologist of all time if I continue with this. My 2.7 GPA wasn't really telling me to keep going with my psychology major.
You were trying. But
So I was like, I think it'll be comedy.
That's so interesting. Kind of similar to me. Because I was doing acting in high school and I really enjoyed it. And I sort of said, I think I'm better at this. I'm going to kind of have a thing, right? Went to college, was like, I'm going to find a career, and I was doing these things and I just was not happy.
Yeah.
Took an acting class. I was like, that's kind of good.
Right.
And then kind of decided I might try a summer and did summer stock for a summer and came back to school, completely changed and said, I think this is what I have to do.
Well, sometimes I feel like that is what makes sense with what people end up doing for their careers. It's like, do what maybe comes natural to you.
I know, but
that
we resist
still is
it.
fun.
We resist. I mean, I was resisting it all the way. I don't know if you had the same kind of.
Absolutely did.
Okay.
My brother was like a theater kid growing up, randomly.
Okay.
And I to be fair, almost made fun of him for it. So then by the time that I was doing
Which
improv,
really helps and encourages. It's nice.
I had to bully him for something. I was the younger sister.
Okay,
I
have
had to
beat
have
him
a
up.
leg up somewhere.
Absolutely.
And so by the time I started doing improv, he was like, "Are you kidding me? Now you're doing
You're
this."
in my world. Yeah. Get out of my world.
But sorry to him.
Yeah, well, it worked out.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love your videos. I love where you go with them because where you start and where you end
Totally.
are completely different. And I'm always surprised, and you always take me on this wonderful journey. Do you have a process? Does it come to you? Does it happen as you're doing it, or how?
A little of both.
Okay.
So sometimes I'll have a full script written out, just in my iPhone notes.
Okay, yeah.
Sometimes I'll just, some creativity will strike. I'll write something up, and then a couple days later I'll film something and do a voiceover for that. But I would say everything I do to a certain degree is a parody of something.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's a genre.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's a very specific video I've seen on the internet. My first few TikToks were just straight up parodies of things I had seen.
Yeah.
Because when I started on the internet, making videos, it was the pandemic.
Right.
So it was I can't interact with people,
Yeah.
so I do have to just parody these strangers that I'm seeing.
Well, you have to create something, right? I mean, you're compelled to do something.
Absolutely.
You have to.
And I was bored out of my mind during 2020.
Yeah. It was
and also, hate to say it, but I was quite happy during that time because I wasn't working at the restaurant that I had been working at before.
You're like, yes!
I mean, the pandemic hit, and I was like, this is fabulous news for me.
Don't have to go to work.
I can't wait to not go there again for a couple weeks.
Oh, my
and then,
God. Was this because I hear you were a barista? Was this that experience? Or no, that's a different experience?
I actually got a barista job 2 days before the pandemic. So I was supposed to have my first day like a day after the lockdown.
Okay.
But I was working at this like health food restaurant in Chicago before that.
Okay, like when you say a health food restaurant, was it a name brand health food restaurant?
Absolutely.
Or was it like...
It's a nationwide chain.
Okay.
They have them in LA. You probably know what I'm talking about.
I do. But I remember the days when there was a health food restaurant in New York.
Yes.
And there was no name. And you walked in and they all smelled the same. It was kind of this odd, like, sort of a safflower oil mixed with some kind of an herb thing.
General crudité in the air.
Yeah. And big bins full of like beans.
Yes.
And oats.
Right.
And things. And matter of fact, when I was in college, I used to shop at the PCC, the Puget Consumers Co-op in Seattle.
Yeah.
And I would go up and I started getting into my health food stuff like that. And, 9 times out of 10, whatever you'd buy would be rancid just because it's been sitting there.
Of course.
And no one's minding the store,
And I still have that problem with organic vegetables and fruits, unfortunately.
You're like, this is a sad little vegetable.
I mean, I'm always going to try and buy organic, but sometimes you just see the non-organic strawberries and you're like, how could I possibly go for these tiny? How could I do that to myself?
I agree with you.
I'm going to go for the bright red, maybe that are red dye 40,
But they look so good. Oh God, I do feel sad for the little bad strawberries, but
I know,
sometimes
too.
I know you're compelled. You're compelled. I am compelled. Comedy clubs, top comedy club in Chicago. Are there a couple?
Yeah, I was mostly at IO.
Okay.
I did some stuff at Second City. I actually mostly worked at Second City.
Yeah.
I was like a dishwasher. That was my first job in Chicago.
But that's like, isn't that considered to be sort of the gold standard? Second City is pretty.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. This is disgusting. But when I was dishwasher, the money was so bad that if someone would bring back like a plate that had like half a burger that was just like perfectly cut, I was like, this is my burger.
I see no problem with that at all. I see we are the same person. I would do exactly the same thing.
I mean, fries were like fair game. Everyone, in the kitchen was like, oh yeah, we can have these.
I am so happy. Sometimes like when I go somewhere and I eat something and I'm like full, kind of like, and there's something left, I will say, I didn't touch this. This is all good. If someone would like to have this, I just hate to waste. I hate to waste food.
You walk through the kitchen, guys, looks pretty good still, don't you think?
Yeah. And I'm just telling you, I'm not sick.
You made it. You know how good it is.
Yeah. Please.
I love that for you.
I just hate to waste food.
Of course.
I'm that's the Scottish side of me.
But I had one time in Chicago where working at this restaurant, there was a 7-Eleven across the street. Okay. My boss came up to me. And he goes, here's $5. I want you to go across the street, get me 2 Red Bull Zero Sugars, and keep the change. The change was $1.
Oh, okay.
He gave me $5. 2 Red Bulls was $4. I got to keep $1. And to be fair, that was a big moment for me, nonetheless.
I love that you kind of came into... You didn't find social, but you really started to really hit your stride, it seems like, during COVID. Do you have a platform that you love, or do you love them for different reasons?
I honestly think Instagram is my favorite because I do feel like I actually get to show more of my personality on there.
Yeah.
But Twitter was what first kind of elevated me.
I want to talk to you about that. That's good.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
And so Twitter was... the pandemic hit, 2 of my friends in Chicago, Holmes, who you know from Overcompensating, and Caleb Heron, who you know from Overcompensating.
Oh my God, hilarious. Okay.
The 2 of them probably had 4,000 followers on Twitter when the pandemic hit, which was monumental.
Yeah.
I felt like the most followers you almost could have.
Yeah.
And they told me, you should just post some front-facing videos on Twitter. It'll probably go viral. And we laughed about that because it seemed silly. And then... I did post a front-facing video, and it did go viral.
Oh, my God. They were right. You're so smart.
So then I just was like, I think I'm just going to post every single day and just make videos like as much as I can.
Wow,
and I
good.
genuinely loved it. So, and that has pretty much stayed true.
Yeah.
With my like relationship with social media is like I have always found it fun.
I find it fun too.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it because my approach is, I mean, there's nothing in there that's particularly politically motivated, and I just want to have kind of a good time and maybe point to some things that I think are good causes occasionally. But I like it just to kind of to entertain, really, but to be silly, you know. But I think you are able to. There's something more that happens with you. I really love it because you take something and we think we're gonna go a certain direction with it, and then you completely flip it.
I do get comments sometimes where people, like some people have said like, oh my God, she's such a good troll. Because that's like an internet word of like someone who like is trying to trick you.
Yeah.
But really, I'm like, under no circumstances would I ever want anyone to think any of my content is real. Like, I'm always going in with the intention of joking.
Yeah, but you're not undercutting or denigrating or being mean. There's no mean there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's playful and it's fun. And I've kind of, I try to do the same thing.
Yeah,
there's no mean there, but it's like, but sometimes you can poke fun at something.
Absolutely.
Indirectly. And if some people get it, some people misconstrue it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, you know, that's just what you have to do.
Yeah, I feel like most of my videos are pretty harmless.
Yeah.
If I'm poking fun of a demographic, let's say conservatives as an example, I still think pretty much everything that I make is pretty lighthearted still.
It makes you think. It's just like, you know, because you do it in a way that's like, oh,
thanks.
You take away a little something and it's not combative and you're not assaulting. You're not like, no.
Yeah.
But it's smart.
Thanks.
Which is cool.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. I love it. I was thinking back on when Twitter started too, when you were saying before, I was like, I really liked the constraint of the original. I think it was it 144 characters or something like that? 140 characters. And I was like, okay, so you have to say something succinct, interesting, hopefully maybe 2 or 3 messages within one thing. You're saying a couple different things, kind of like poetry in a weird way.
A longer haiku, basically.
A longer haiku, exactly right.
That's what Twitter is in its essence.
Yeah, and I really miss that.
Yeah.
Because I think it was really, really required you to be a little, I feel,
absolutely.
Smart.
Oh, I had so many times on Twitter where I would be like, I need to get rid of 25 characters.
Right.
And it kind of is like a fun brain exercise.
Yeah.
But I feel the same way with like making videos like TikTok. I know you and Instagram, I know you can post videos longer than 60 seconds. But I usually like using that as a like, this is what you get.
Yeah, I agree with you. Say it in the shortest amount of time possible, as clearly as possible. And yet I do understand that you like a podcast.
I love a podcast.
You love a podcast. But and yet you want to get rid of all podcasts. I read somewhere. I understand this.
At some
this
point,
dichotomy confuses me.
At some point, we'll have to have none, Kyle. But we'll have to let you have yours first.
May I?
Yes.
Oh, you're so gracious,
Don't worry.
Grace. Thank you so very much.
I'm really nice about certain things.
I can see that. Tell me about your experience on The Daily Show. This is one of my favorites. I can't believe, I mean, it is so much fun.
Thanks.
And it feels like you are just making it up as you go. I mean, tell me about how that works.
Well, I'm really lucky because, I mean, maybe all the correspondents in the history of the show have felt this way too, but like, I do really feel like the EP Jen Flans, who's my boss, who's incredible, and the writers on the show, like truly understand my voice, which feels really special.
That's great.
I technically did like go through a general casting process, but they did already know who I was.
Right.
And so that helped me because I'm really not a political
pundit?
I'm like, if you really were to be like, what's the difference between the House of Representatives and the Senate? I would be like, can you give me can I call a friend?
I need.
Just to be safe.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
It's been like helpful knowing that the show is a comedy show.
Right.
So I think any insecurities I had going into it of being like, well, history is my worst subject always in school is like, well, it doesn't matter, Grace.
Right.
You're a comedian going on to a comedy show.
Yeah. You're going to be fine.
It's also just like, there's so much history in the building.
Yeah.
And Jon Stewart being back was like the coolest thing ever happen to me.
One of my favorites. He's so smart.
You can learn something from him by watching him for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
He's just really is so smart and so good at what he does.
Yeah.
I feel really lucky to just be in the building every day, honestly.
He's so confident.
Yeah, he is.
I feel like he's just...
I mean, he is like totally chill too.
Yeah.
Like he is a really just cool guy.
It's nice to hear.
And then he can flip right into things and like kind of be laughing and be lighthearted and then say something that is like so profound.
Yeah. Yeah. He's super relaxed, which I think a lot of times stuff comes out of you because you're in that relaxed state.
Right.
And you just, whatever flows just kind of flows out. And you're
Absolutely.
And you win. So you didn't actually... Well, you said you auditioned for it, but did you sort of say, "Oh, I want to be on the show," or type thing? Or
no, it came into my inbox, and I remember that was a time where a lot of auditions were coming in, and I wasn't hearing a lot back, and so
yes,
all the roles I was auditioning were going to you randomly.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm so
that was
sorry.
happening to me a lot.
Did it? Yeah, I can. That's a
the Dad in Overcompensating I auditioned
feel
for.
Terrible about
the
that.
Dad in Inside Out I auditioned for,
Really?
and you got both.
And
those
I got
roles.
both of those roles. I know people. That was the only thing, and I paid a great deal of money to them.
Right. Somehow it was nepotism for you.
Absolutely,
I'm sure.
Absolutely, yes.
But I got that audition, and I thought this will be good practice. Like because a lot of auditions you're like reading sides. This was an audition where I read something they wrote, and then they asked me to write something. So I was like, this will just be like a cool little exercise.
Yeah.
I remember the thing that I wrote. It was like supposed to be like 60 seconds. It was basically like me trying to like being outside of the White House, trying to convince the host, who at the time was Trevor Noah.
All right.
But trying to convince the host to just give me money so I could go to the Space Museum in Washington, D.C. and get some astronaut ice cream.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny. And also I do love astronaut ice cream really randomly.
It's really good. I've been to the museum.
Strangely
I love
good.
that museum. Yeah, it's good.
I mean, like technology is not really something that makes sense in my brain anyway. I still don't like know how screens work, but like
There's
the
a little
idea
person behind there, and he's painting really fast.
That's what it has to be. That's the only way. Just little men inside, no women, just men inside there.
Exactly. On ice skates, just skating around.
But space is like I love going to a museum like that. Also, like the Spy Museum. I don't know if you've ever been there.
Love the Spy Museum. Yeah.
Also fun.
Yeah.
I just love a museum that I'm kind of like, this is cool, and I never need to do anything related to this in my life.
Right. But you can learn about it. And
I can learn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
DC has some amazing museums. I really like it there.
I was tempted, actually, when I was in Ireland recently to go to the Leprechaun Museum. I didn't have time.
Didn't you go? I was in there. I'm one of the leprechauns.
Really? No way. I saw your photo on Yelp of that museum.
Yeah, it
Makes a lot of sense.
Now you understand. Maybe it was the Guinness I was drinking or something. I don't know what happened.
Oh, God.
Something happened.
It's just water there. It's delicious.
It goes down so easy.
It does.
What were you doing in Ireland? What was it?
I was there for a friend's wedding.
Okay.
He was marrying one of my closest friends who I like started doing comedy with. He was
okay.
marrying a girl his beautiful wife, whose family is from this like small town, Waterford, Ireland.
Oh, Crystal. Yeah.
Yes.
South of Dublin.
Do you have many of those crystals?
Oh, I have so many. All over my house.
You're the glass in your glasses are Waterford crystals.
It's so funny. It's hard to walk in the house because you keep falling over.
I mean, completely, but worth it.
Every penny.
I mean, I'm like honestly kind of pissed that I'm not really Irish. Despite my appearance, I'm really not.
Yeah, you could definitely you could pull it off.
I'm like German and like English and Scottish.
Oh, well.
Which I wouldn't say is
that's me.
Dissimilar. Is it?
Yes. I am German on my mom's side.
Oh, my God.
And then Scottish from my dad's side. And then English from my grandfather. So he was actually from Cornwall.
Okay, cool.
No, we're the same.
I love this.
Yeah, absolutely.
No wonder we feel like
we
siblings.
get along. Is it a crazy thing? It's that kind of Scottish sense of humor.
Yes.
Do they have humor in Scotland?
They don't really in Germany, is what I'll tell you.
Germany more, yeah,
not
true.
really, but Scotland, they must.
They might.
The Irish are hilarious.
Well, the Irish are hilarious. That's true.
Ireland was amazing. I went to London the week before to do some shows, and which was very fun. And I was loving London when I was there. It was my first time there.
I bet they like you there.
They do, weirdly.
They get you there.
And get this. You're not going to believe this.
Tell me.
I met a Spice Girl.
That's crazy.
I met Ginger Spice.
Okay. And?
She was not at my show, but
Right.
she was standing outside of the theater.
Couldn't get in.
And a friend introduced me. Yeah, she couldn't get in. My
Really?
shows were sold out. You are correct.
Sold out. I knew it. I knew it. Where do you go to do comedy in? I'm going to London on Friday. So
I did my shows at the Soho Theater.
a Soho Theater. Okay.
I loved it there.
Okay, it was good.
It was a blast.
First time
It was
performing?
my first time performing out of the States.
Wow. Not your first time to London, but first time performing there.
Well, actually, it was my first time to London, too.
Was it?
Yeah, which is weird, but
Oh.
I didn't go abroad in college
Yeah.
because my GPA was too low. I wasn't allowed.
Didn't allow
and
you in.
by the way, when
Sorry.
I asked my school if I could appeal that rule,
Yeah.
they said my GPA was too low to appeal. So I couldn't go abroad.
Wow.
Which I feel like that's when most people go to London is
Yeah.
because they're studying abroad and they
Yeah.
just go for a
But
weekend.
what happens is they go there, they come back, and their GPA plummets.
Right.
So it's the same. So
I had
just
to
as well
stay.
you didn't go.
I had to stay at Skidmore. They wouldn't let me go abroad so that I could improve my comedy skills and one day be on this podcast.
Yes, you see, comes full circle.
It really does.
Okay, inspirations. First of all, let me ask
Yeah.
you this question: are your parents funny? Where does it come
Yes.
from? Okay,
My parents are both very funny.
okay.
No offense to my dad, but my mom is I think could have been a full-blown comedian.
No kidding.
Or at the
Wow.
very least, I guess no offense to actors now, she could be an actor. She
right.
is so...
I mean, I'm personally offended, but that's all
Right.
Never mind.
No, I'm so glad. She is so expressive and stunning. Much like myself, is where I get it.
Yes. The glow, I get it.
Exactly. Thank you.
Oh my God.
That I really think she could have done
Yeah.
something, but she never wanted to. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
My mom kind of was the actress. She's the one who encouraged me.
yeah.
In my family, and she was on stage a little bit, and she was good. It's funny. I look back now, I said she was okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. You can't. She's not here to
You're
defend
like,
herself.
God, I love her so much, but she
as an
had a
actress,
lot of work to do.
Yeah, she was okay. But my dad was a great supporter. That's interesting. That's funny. And so
Yeah.
and so from there, I want to ask influences, people that you admire. And
Sure. Growing up, I feel like the first comedy shows I remember watching were Faulty Towers.
Oh my God!
Which
You see,
I
we are the
loved.
same person. This is very
okay,
weird.
amazing.
That's why I like your
And
comedy.
then The Office, both the British and the American one, which I do need to just be clear. When I was 10 years old watching The Office, I thought it was a documentary and I would kind of throw fits and be like, why are we watching this again? It's the most boring show in the world.
You don't understand this.
And then I got 2 years older and I was
Yeah.
like, it's genius and it's my favorite show.
Now I get it. I get it. The English version, for me is just it's just something about that timing, the edge,
Yeah.
the straight stuff is so good.
Completely.
And Faulty Towers is perhaps one of the greatest things, if
Absolutely.
not the greatest thing.
Yeah,
ever
we
made.
had the DVDs of the seasons,
Yeah.
and I think even before I understood what they were joking about, I feel like I got a sense of their comedic timing.
Yeah.
Because also so much of Faulty Towers was physical comedy. But then after that, obviously, Ben Stiller was major for me. I think I watched I've seen Zoolander I think 50 times in my life, which does damage to the brain.
It doesn't.
But
you don't show any damage at all.
Well, that's really good to
and
know.
It doesn't show.
That's
It's okay.
great.
It's okay.
And then, of course, Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, Maya Rudolph, Kristen Wiig. I feel like
Oh, the best.
those are just maybe the most
Yeah.
important comedy inspirations that I can think of.
Yeah, and I agree with you every which way. And Amy was in Inside Out and did such a beautiful job. She's
You know who
super
else
talented.
is in Inside Out? Who's a friend of mine? Louis Black.
No,
Who's on
you know
The
Louis.
Daily Show.
Yeah, that's right.
He's incredible.
He is incredible.
He said that no one really got to interact all that much.
Not
but
that much. No, I think I went in with Diane Lane because she played the mom and I played the dad. So we had only one time together where they put us in a room and we kind of interacted with each other on the first one.
Cool.
But the rest of the time it was we were
Right.
just individual.
And where did you do the voiceover for
all
that?
Disney. We were in LA.
Okay, because
Yeah.
he told me that I'm going to kind of butcher what he said, but he told me that he just sometimes, if he's near that studio, he'll go back because he said the lunch is so good there.
It's the little things. It's why we do what we do.
Absolutely.
Really.
Acting is one of the hardest jobs in the world. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
And so when you find good food,
it makes it all worthwhile.
Absolutely.
They don't even need to pay us. Just as long as they feed us. I often say, it's pretty much one of the easiest jobs in the world.
It
honestly.
very much is.
I mean, it's true. You come to where you have to go. Sometimes they even pick you up and bring you there.
Right.
And then they tell you what to wear. Mm-hmm. They make you look good. They do your hair. They fix you all up. They give you a shave if you need a shave.
Yeah.
They tell you what to say.
Yeah.
Where to stand.
I know.
I mean, they feed
There's someone who is in charge of every single thing you could possibly mess up, and they're there to make sure you don't do that.
Yeah. And then they can edit all the bad stuff out.
Whenever I'm on a set and then I, rap, and then I leave and I'm telling, my family or my girlfriend or my friends like how fun it was. They're like, so what was so fun about it? And I do think it is usually, well, it was so easy.
It was nothing. They'll learn a few lines. Yes. And if you can't learn them, they put them on a card and you just read them.
It's true.
Or they put it in your ear
100%.
and they tell you.
Yeah. Or a script coordinator is just losing their mind and you're fine.
Yeah. Who cares? Honest to God. I grew up also loving same things, Faulty Towers. I grew up with comedy albums when I was a little kid. Actually, Bill Cosby.
I understand.
Okay. Yeah, back in the day.
I'm not going to hate you for it.
Don't hate, thank you.
But, I might talk shit later.
You're not getting off this easy, kid. But I do remember finding Monty Python.
Oh, yes.
When I was in college.
Absolutely.
And I was like, what is this? Mm-hmm. This speaks to me like nothing else.
Yeah.
Just the insanity, the characters.
Yeah.
And the sustaining of the characters, you know what I mean? And the language.
Yeah.
Holy Grail to me is truly
I think
special.
Spamalot was the first thing I saw on Broadway.
Oh, so before even watching the films?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, that's a good intro.
I remember my brother and we both had a Spam can that said Spamalot on it. And I remember every day.
We should put that here on the board.
Every day, from the first time I had Spam, every day I would see that Spam can and think, I'm going to crack that open sometime.
Just to see what's inside there. Do you like it fried Spam?
Yes.
I mean, that is really the only way to go.
It's so fabulous.
Yeah.
It is so completely delicious.
Yeah.
If I see a little sign in New York that says Spam Musubi, I'm running in there. I don't care if I'm late for Kyle MacLachlan's podcast,
So that's what happened today. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I understand. It's spam. We can all blame it on spam. Now, wait. You also, I need your help with this because you love reality TV. And I do not, I know really nothing about reality TV.
I was curious. You don't watch it at all.
I don't watch it, but I have watched episodes and I think I understand the appeal.
Okay.
But what do you, what's your...
Can I ask what you've seen?
Well, I watched Early Survivor.
Okay. And that counts. That's a staple.
Is it?
I would say it's one of the best.
You can rate all my stuff. And then I think I watched, I tried to watch a housewife from some city. Mm-hmm. I think it was domestic.
Right. You're like, was it Desperate Housewives?
I don't know what it was. So maybe.
You're confusing all your old roles.
And that happens.
I'm
I
sure.
do sometimes get Desperate Housewives and Sex and the City mixed up. Mm-hmm. I'm like.
By the way, when I watched Desperate Housewives, sorry to just interrupt this question.
No,
but
go. It's all good.
I watched it at an age where I probably shouldn't have been watching it. And I was probably 11.
No,
and I remember
That's
the
early.
theme song would come on and I would get this overwhelming sense of my body I'm doing something bad. It was the same time that I would watch shitty reality TV shows on MTV where I was like, two people are going to kiss in this and I'm going to watch.
I'm going to watch. I get that. I know, right? It's like.
But what a cool show to have been on.
Housewives?
Yeah.
It was a really cool show. Mm-hmm. And I got to work with Marcia Cross. Mm-hmm. I don't think I knew this when I joined in, but Marcia's graduate in Juilliard. Mm-hmm. So she went proper training all the way through. I went to UW, proper training all the way through. So we're like, we should really be doing theater. We should be doing some kind of, Shakespeare somewhere, So occasionally we would get a scene where the writing was really snappy. It was tough because they had a lot of people to take care of. And it was like, okay, here we go. And we just had so much fun.
That's so cool.
And her humor was great because she's super dry.
Absolutely.
And it was a good match.
The show had a really cool tone to it, honestly.
It did.
My girlfriend and I rewatched the first season about a couple months ago.
It's good.
And I think fully holds up.
Yeah, Mark Cherry did a great job. They had a great writer's room.
Yeah.
I think.
That makes sense.
And I think I joined at the beginning of the second season.
I think so.
I think I did. And it brought me in for one thing, and then it was Marcia, and then I stayed. So I was supposed to be the killer at the end of that
and then you
first
came
one.
back.
Yeah, and I wrote to Mark. Or actually, I met Mark early. I said, "Hey, man, I'm having such a good time."
Slipped him a little $100 bill.
$100 bill. Can you see to it that I stay on the show? It was literally 10 minutes from my house. So getting to work was easy. It was like clockwork, and the writing was great. I love Marcia. I said, maybe I can stay. Is there any way we can kind of change the direction of the storyline?
Right.
And they said, so we'll try and do it. So they switched it around. They put everything on my mom. Dixie Carter. She became the villain, which she loved, and
sure.
and so I stayed on for a while.
So
now they didn't know what to do with me. It was like, oh, you were the killer. Now
I love that.
What to do?
That's some good inspiration.
Oh, it was great. It was great.
Now it makes me think that Jennifer Coolidge can just go back to Mike White and be like, oh, maybe I somehow knew how to breathe underwater.
Yes. Yes, anything is possible. Honestly.
Exactly.
I held my breath for a really, really long time.
You can always get back onto a TV show.
You can. There's a way. They always find a way. She was rescued. We didn't see the rescue.
Exactly.
Exactly. Something happened.
We just saw blood in the water, but that happens.
It does.
That's always in the water.
Yeah. And that was the shark. She actually took down the shark. So it was all good. Then I also want to ask you, because we did some research, and you're a Chinese chicken salad person. Am I right?
Well, that's growing up in LA, I think, is like...
I agree.
That is what LA does best, in my opinion.
Yeah.
When I go home, it's not even like I'm trying to be healthy. It's like LA just does have the best salads.
They have great salads.
Yes.
But do you have a favorite?
Chinese chicken salad.
Yeah, but of...
where?
Where, yeah.
Well...
Yeah.
I love Jones on Third.
Jones on Third is good.
I'm like, do you have 4 hours, Kyle?
Yeah, because we're going to go through every chicken salad.
What is the one in Westwood? Show. Gosh,
I
anyone know what I'm talking? Is it? No, not Chin Chin, but I do love Chin Chin.
My brother loves Chin Chin.
Chin Chin is great.
Yeah, my brother, he always says he comes to LA and he gets a Chinese chicken salad at Chin Chin. That's his thing.
Yeah.
But I've discovered another one, Goop Kitchen.
Okay, I've heard that food is fabulous.
It's fab.
It's actually Goop.
It's Goop. Yeah, we're doing a Goop commercial now. But it's really good, and they do a great one. The other one that I really like is Mendocino. Yeah, Mendocino is great. They do good. But you have to, they give you the giant bowl. There's no way you can possibly mix the dressing in the thing. And that is a huge pet peeve of mine. I agree. Something I find disgusting almost. It's very difficult because it spills and everything. So I take it, I put it into a bowl, a giant bowl, because I need extra room to mix. Right. And then I do my mixing. Honestly, like when I started making money enough to buy kitchenware from a place outside of the thrift store or Target, one of the first things I bought was a big salad bowl. Because it really is I'm not going to eat a salad if one piece of arugula is not dressed. I know. You need, it has to be equally coated. Yeah. Am I right? Yeah. Williams-Sonoma, is that where it was that you went? It actually might have been from I think you are right. The most expensive kitchen store. It actually was from Waterford, Ireland. It was Crystal. He's like, I can see you with this elbow. I just need to get it off the shelf. It weighs 60 pounds, but here we go. Nothing to declare, officer. Oh, God. Okay, so we have some friends together. We do. Mary Beth Barone. Absolutely. And Benito. Benny. Love them. Aren't they the best? Unbelievable. Yeah. Their also relationship is their brains together are freaky. I agree. They're so good. There is nobody drier than Mary Beth. I know. I'm stunned at her. And on the show, too, because we did Overcompensating together. Right. And I would just watch her work, and I would be like, does she break? Can we do this? Can we get her to break somehow? She also became the goal. Kind of going back to something we were talking about earlier of doing comedy that doesn't harm anyone. A lot of her stand-up is making fun of herself as a bisexual and making fun of other bisexuals in a way that is not harmful to bisexuals, even though they are. There were no bisexuals harmed in the telling of this joke. She's fully ripping bisexuals to, but they also are this is hilarious. Yeah. She's really acknowledged. She's very special. I mean, I remember the day that Benny followed me on Instagram. Actually really remember it. That's cool. Yeah. Confetti. Very exciting. He is such a sweetheart. Yeah. So smart. Yeah. And so there's a joy absolutely in him that I really, really appreciate. Yeah. It hasn't been knocked out of him yet. It will, of course. Of course. Season 2, are you kidding? Yeah. This is going to be challenging.
Going to be horrible.
Oh my God.
You're going to hate working with him.
Am I really? He's going to become
yeah.
a real asshole.
Yep.
I'm just can't wait for that. Tell me a couple tricks for improv. What do you love to improv? Is there anything that you sort of think about when you're doing? It's like, okay, now it's natural, I'm sure. But
well,
like, what's some good tricks?
I feel like with improv, the first rule is always yes and.
Yes.
But gosh, I guess besides that is like think of a character and stick with it.
Yeah.
Because I had some, horrifying moments when I was first doing improv where you start the scene with like a ridiculous amount of energy or accent and 2 minutes later you cannot maintain it.
You're like, done.
So you need to know your cardio of improv.
Yeah. Yes. I find it, because I worked with Fred Armisen and Carrie Brownstein on Portlandia.
Right. Of course, Portlandia.
Fred is a genius. Carrie is a genius too. They're both brilliant. And I was sort of, in school, I sort of did improv, but I didn't really know. But we'd literally start the scene with just an idea. Okay, Fred's here, you're coming in, and you've got this, and we're going to see what happens. And you just go, okay.
So there was a ton of improv on that set.
The first season, there was a ton of improv. And then as it kind of went, but there would be a few things written in, and then each subsequent season, there was more and more writing. And pretty soon you had a script, and you were like, okay. But at the same time, you could also just drop the script and go. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it was exhausting, Grace.
Yeah,
My brain turned. It's like, because your brain is on. It's like too warm. It's like melting. It's like it burns at too fever pitch.
Yep.
You get that feeling of like.
Absolutely.
Because you're thinking, you're just like, you're spinning.
And then you have a hard time listening.
Yes.
Because you're already thinking about what you're going to try and say next.
Yes.
I used to have a problem in Chicago when I would do improv of like thinking of some funny line earlier in the day.
Yeah.
And like thinking, well, maybe I'll try that line on stage tonight.
Yeah.
And the scene has nothing to do with what you have said. And you kind of have to be like, never mind, but I'm just feeling crazy today.
Like, what? It is maybe the secret, because I think is sort of relaxation. But the problem with that is I think I'd go to sleep. It's like if someone say something and you're like, I don't know what to say to that. Or maybe they just say, I don't know. It's weird.
Do you know TJ and Dave in Chicago who do they're like the top improvisers.
Okay, no, I don't.
They perform, I think, kind of everywhere now too.
Okay.
But all their shows sell out and they do like an hour of improv. Wow, and they start the scenes like really slow and really calm.
Okay.
And just fully like world build for the first like 5 minutes. Which was not something I ever did when I improvised, but
that's smart world build. That's important.
Definitely.
Just to set kind of where you are.
Yeah. I mean, I had teachers who were always like, if you put your, coffee cup down, you got to remember where you put it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you lose some of your audience.
Yeah. You can't just ignore that. You got to. There's a callback.
Right. When you grab something else and you're like, well, now it looks like you're sipping your knife.
Yeah.
So.
Which is a choice.
Yes.
It's a dangerous choice.
Some people do that.
But they don't have tongues at the end of the evening, and it's a terrible
thing.
So we have a little section that we're going to do, and it's a segment that we designed just for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's not called Just for You.
Okay.
It's called What Are We Even Riffing About? So this is going to be exciting. Please don't touch that dial. So we are back with a segment that I call What Are We Even Riffing About? Because we have fabulous Grace Kuhlenschmidt here. We are going to go into great detail. Sorry, I don't know what's happening to me. But we have themes that will be shouted out from our audience here, our producers. And I have the magic microphone here.
And everyone gets 30 seconds.
Great.
This makes everybody super funny. So this is the magic microphone.
Thank God. I'm going to need that one.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, we're starting.
Okay.
Magic shell.
So, kids, when you're eating your ice cream and you're thinking, this is too slippery, this is too soft, you're going to need to get yourself some magic shell because it's going to completely change and transform your life. You take that soft, squishy ice cream, you make it rock hard. You're going to need that chocolate added onto chocolate, vanilla, add more chocolate onto that, strawberry, that's a perfect combination. You guys need this stuff in your pocket at all time. It is completely shelf stable. Thank God. You don't actually have to refrigerate it.
And that's time.
You don't have to refrigerate it. That's the best. When they had
Kyle's
magic
turn.
shells, they showed me before. I was like, "What is a magic shell?" I have no idea.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I have
it was
no idea.
really like the moment I saw that kind of in the grocery store, I knew it was going to be important to me in my life.
You felt it.
Yeah.
Was it a similar thing when? What's this stuff called fluff? It's like a
Yes.
marshmallow thing.
I would say those are in a similar genre of like
Okay.
random topping.
Yeah. So they'd be in a similar place on the grocery store. You'd be like, "Oh, there's your magic shell, and there's
Yeah.
your fluff." So we got
Yep.
those two things.
Definitely.
Okay, very
Kyle's
good.
turn.
Okay, I'm ready. And I go.
Okay. And the prompt is pumpkin spice latte.
Pumpkin spice latte. I mean, this is a very confusing mix of three things: pumpkin and a spice and a latte. First of all, you can't fit pumpkin into a cup. You know what I
No
mean? It's
way.
impossible. This is a very, very small pumpkin. And the idea of actually mixing pumpkin with a latte, like pumpkin and milk together, does that sound appealing to you?
Not really.
I mean, it's like, and so do you blend it? I mean, how do you make it work? I don't understand. Like if you just took pieces of pumpkin and poured milk on top of it like a cereal, that would not be appealing to me.
We need the scientist in the room to answer this.
I agree with you. I think what we need to do is let's call up the Starbucks facility.
Time. That was good. Grace's turn.
He could have gone for another
I
45
heard.
minutes on that.
45 minutes. But I was going, yeah, and I think this is us. Okay. Ready?
Okay, Grace. Your second topic is softball.
A sport that seems like the sport that men would play,
Softball. Yeah.
but is actually a completely different sport in its own, in a way, makes lesbians, and in a way, has so many straight girls that it ultimately kind of defies sexuality, but despite its stereotype. Although I am a lesbian who played softball, I want to be crystal clear with you, Kyle. When I was on my softball team, I was the straightest girl on that softball team.
And that's time.
Kyle's turn.
Synonymous.
All right, Kyle. Your
I'm
next
ready. Okay.
improv topic is cardboard baby.
Cardboard baby. I mean, I have a bone to pick with the writers, to be quite honest. A cardboard baby. Is there humor in that? I don't understand. They came to me and they said, "This is your going to be your swan song for the show," and they said cardboard baby, and I said, I mean, I feel like I'm a fairly intelligent person, and I think I understand what's funny, and I said, I don't think this is really funny. And I presented it to Kristen Davis, and she also didn't think it was very funny. And I think that's when she kicked me out. But maybe that's what they wanted to do, is to kick me out of the house. But a cardboard baby, I didn't really know what to do with it. Of course, I have the baby at home with me, autographed.
And that's done.
Autographed.
All
Leaving
right.
the audience hanging there.
They'll never know.
Oh, dear Lord.
The next prompt for Grace is the Bachelor franchise.
Oh my gosh.
The Bachelor what?
Franchise.
Oh, the Bachelor franchise. Well, this is something you should. Well, it is reality.
Yes, it is.
So-
Probably my favorite reality TV show, even though I think many people would argue it is one of the worst. I don't see it. I watched my first season in 2009. I was 14 years old. I watched every single season since.
Wow.
It's about 2 seasons a year.
Okay.
And
Spring and a fall.
I'm not going to say I believe they fall in love, but I think that like it is one of the best reality TV shows of all time.
Really?
I almost get emotional talking
I
about
can see
it
that it's coming. That's okay.
because it's so important to me.
But do they
And that's
really? Have they
time.
lasted?
Some.
Have they?
0.5 camera lens.
0.5 camera lens. This is a new world for me because I was only used to one X, and I thought that was sort of the end.
Right.
But in fact, there's more. There's a 0.5.
Yeah.
And when that option suddenly made itself known to me, I felt the world opened up to me. And I suddenly said, I can be taller. The room can be larger.
Yes.
And I can feel drunk without having to get drunk when I look at an image in 0.5. So really, it made life so much easier.
And that's time. That was,
I too am a 0.5 guy.
Yes,
I
right?
love it. I love the way I look. I love the way I feel.
Look at how tall I am.
Freezer meats.
These are meats. Oh,
You got to have some meats in your freezer, Kyle.
I love
Do you
meat.
eat meat?
Yes, and I love meat in
Yes.
my freezer.
I love meat in my freezer. And I'm talking every meat. any animal product.
Really?
Vegans, turn off the podcast now.
Right now.
I want salmon in my freezer.
Yes.
I want ground turkey in my freezer.
Yes.
I want ground beef in my freezer. I
Yes.
want a steak in my freezer.
Yes.
Why? Because protein is the most important part of my day. That's why I got to be on this podcast, is because I've been maintaining my protein goals my whole life.
Yeah. Well, we knew that. Exactly. We called you.
That's why you had me on,
You're
too. We
exactly
didn't
right.
get to talk about it, but...
Isn't there something when you know that you have meat in your freezer, it's like, I am okay for today.
Completely. Because I know there's pasta in my pantry.
Yes.
I know there's rice in my pantry.
Yes.
So why don't we have more meat in our freezers?
I agree.
And that's time.
First of all, thank you, Grace, so much.
This was very, very fun.
I had a great time.
Me too.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear it. So I want to know.
Well, I'll say that to you, but the moment you leave the room, I'm going to be like, this was the worst podcast I've ever done.
Yeah.
Who is this guy?
No, I feel that. It's okay. And why does he think he
It's
can
going to
even
damage
do
my
this?
career dramatically.
Your career's finished. I mean, honest to God, came on my show, it's done. So the thing is, so we call it "What Are We Even Doing?" And now I want to ask you, what are you even doing next?
Yeah. Well, I am on The Daily Show.
Yes.
About once a week.
Great.
Is when you'll see me on air.
Okay, perfect.
I have a podcast out called Believe with Grace Kuhlenschmidt.
Oh, love it.
Goodness, what else?
You have freezer meat.
I have meat in my freezer. I have magic shell on my ice cream. And you can see me do live comedy. Follow me on Instagram, and you'll see
gosh.
whenever I have my next live shows.
Yeah. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Your comedy and my comedy is
I think so.
very much
We
in
hit a little
sync.
jackpot here.
We did. So anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for being part of this journey on What Are We Even Doing Here? Did we answer the question? I don't think we did today, but we're going to keep trying. Maybe we answered it a little bit. All right. See you next time. What Are We Even Doing is a production of iHeart Media and the Elvis Duran Podcast Network, hosted by me, Kyle McLaughlin, and created and produced by Full Picture Productions. Yay! Featuring music by Yada and artwork by Danica Robinson. For more information about the podcast, please visit our Instagram and TikTok at WAWED with Kyle. Please rate, review, and subscribe to What Are We Even Doing on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere you get your podcasts. !